So, I mean, the age of automation is definitely here, right? Everyone's trying to automate that sales role. And there's a limit to it. There's a line to where you can automate a sales role, right? I think a lot of people would love to just automate the sales role completely away from the salespeople, because salespeople we're demanding. We're very much, sometimes difficult and hard to understand from the need side of what we have to do to get our job done. But at the same time, I look at a lot of the automation that's out there and I get very excited, because used properly, it can actually accelerate the efficiency of your sales reps. And I think there's a certain line between where automation is very valuable and where people are pushing it a little too far, especially in the software world that we work in sales. And a lot of that is, an early stage, anytime you talk to a new client, it's who are you, what do you do, why do I care, right? So if you can automate around some of that to get past that, who are you? Well, here's who we are. What do you do? Well, here's what we do. Why do I care? Because it affects folks just like you, and we've been helping a lot of people like you. So I think automating that in an email scenario, social messaging scenario, through website, videos, tutorials, all this stuff, it's great. But the line stops there, I believe. I think that's where having very intelligent, very well-trained human beings that want to interact with other human beings, to have sales conversations, really starts to kick in. So you have to be very careful, because a lot of companies now are trying to push organizations to go automate all the way through to the sale. Now, if you have a low transactional item, if your product's $5,000 or below, you do have to figure out how do you automate that and still get velocity and turn the ROI. If you're in an enterprise sales environment, especially in software, when that person starts to engage, you can no longer continue to automate that communication. And we're seeing companies do that now, to where they're trying to automate it all the way through. I would say just be very careful about where that line is for your organization based on who your buyer is. Super complex, highly knowledgeable. You have to stop and put the line in the sand and say, okay, we've got some basic interest. Let's get humans again involved and have real conversations, understand what these real challenges are at an in-depth level. If it's not so complex and it's very transactional, and you're just ordering something through the website, you can probably automate a tremendous amount of that. And so by automating some of the basic functions around emails, voicemails, and even the phone dialing, you allow that SDR to spend some more time in their day to train and become a lot more informational around their delivery, to be able to go out to market and have intelligent conversations. And those conversations today are really focused on very specific personas. So if you're reaching out and you're a healthcare expert and you're selling a security product, you really need to know how to go speak to a CISO, CISO, versus an admin or an analyst, right? It's a massive separation in those titles, to where somebody cares about risk at the top and they care about getting the basic functions done every day to make sure the company keeps moving forward in their environment. So those conversations cannot be the same thing. They're going to be majorly different. So the tools and systems, I believe, has allowed us to really automate some of the things that were just redundant to a sales development rep. You got to customize and drop names into this email. Even if you have the template saved in your draft box, you still have to go copy, paste it, put it in. Today, every standard dialing platform on the planet has the ability to just send an email out. Just hit send the email. Or when you're leaving a voicemail, you can pre-record your voicemails. Now, we try to do a lot of those things custom to the persona and vertical that we're selling into, but you can still can those in a way that you can automate and maximize your time there. And I think that really is where the efficiency of the sales reps is becoming more powerful, because 3-4 years ago, you had one SDR or sales development rep that would go out and be able to do so many touch points and less conversations and calls. Today, a lot of those touch points are being automated, so the conversations and the calls should go way up. They should really be calling on things that have been better nurtured, have had better educational cycles, that marketing's already gotten involved or engaged with in some way. And then it's your job to get those people on the phone to really educate them on what your products and services are.